What up, Depth Chart? It's your boy, young broadcaster Jared Young, here on the set of the 2 Point Perspective with my co-host Miles on the mic, Miles Sweeney,
Hi.
for episode 46. And today's episode is brought to you by the Commish Crushers. Do you have a dirty fantasy commissioner? You and or the top 3 winners of your league may be entitled to compensation. Use code PAYTHEWINNERS, at checkout to collect your winnings.
Maybe entitled, maybe not entitled to compensation.
Maybe.
It's still up in the air.
Maybe, yeah. We're going to have a judge decide, I
Maybe,
suppose.
maybe not. But we're going to start off with the WFA today.
Yes,
We're
we are.
throwing a little curveball at you guys.
Well, you know, the NFL is a little bit quiet right now. The NBA is a little bit quiet right now. And, everything is kind of focused around the World Cup. Spain will be taking on Argentina this Sunday. And France and England will be going at it for third place on Saturday. And that's kind of taking up all the airspace at the moment. So, yeah, so for right now, we're going to hit you with the WFA, which the championship is this upcoming Saturday.
It is, yeah.
It's going to be the Minnesota Vixen taking on the Pittsburgh Passion, and so our pick'ems did not end up working out. We picked Salt Lake, and it was an incredible game.
Close.
John, do you have the scores for those?
I do. I have them right in front. So,
I just wanted to see if we could put them up on the screen.
But if we can, I can read them aloud. But
yeah, give me 1 sec. I can bring them up.
Yeah, you're good.
but yeah, Minnesota and Salt Lake, that was a close game.
Yeah,
Came down to a
was.
kick in honor of the World Cup. But
and we actually have that clip for you as well.
Yeah, we do.
You know, why don't we just play that clip and then we can talk about the scores. A beautiful kick too. It was like a
45-yarder?
45,
yeah.
I believe. Yeah, 45-yard field goal.
Not too shabby, not too easy.
Is going to be a 35
And Jared,
yard
you-
kick, roughly. So
Well,
yeah,
I'll hold my
definitely
peace
some
for now.
distance. This is not one of those guaranteed makes. I mean, it never really is, but here we go for the game, for a spot in the championship.
Bang!
It's just good.
Bang,
A
bang.
walk-off
Yeah,
kick
just a beautiful
to start
kick.
the
I mean,
middle
I
of
watched this
the
game start to finish, and Salt Lake jumped out to a really, really early lead. They got up 20-7 at one point, and the Vixen just never gave up. They came charging back, and just some really great plays. It was fun to watch. I didn't really have too much of a preference on who won. I like both of these teams, and Minnesota definitely deserves that win. And if Salt Lake had won, they also would have deserved it because both those teams played really hard.
Well, and we talked about a lot that these were, in our minds, 1A and 1B.
Right.
We both believe no matter who won this game, will win the championship on Saturday. So it makes all the sense in the world that this was such a tight game, and it comes down to a play like
Could
that.
have gone either way. It almost went to overtime. I mean, you don't see a lot of kicks in the WFA, and especially not at that distance.
Yeah.
And so that was a pretty impressive kick. And it's funny because both teams had missed an extra point earlier in the game.
I mean, yeah, that stuff matters. But
as you can see, Pittsburgh took care of DC pretty handedly. Miles, you were right.
yeah.
They had the better run game, they had the better defense, and went in there and took care of business. Even they were at home, but they took care of business at home. Salt Lake, on the other hand, could not. That home field advantage just did not end up working out for them. Again, they 23-20 final score there. Did you have any other?
Well, I was disappointed because I was trying to pull up the stats because the thing that edged us for Pittsburgh was DC and their penalties.
Right.
And I really wanted to see if that's something that they struggled with in this game.
And I missed that game, unfortunately. I just had other obligations, and I wasn't able to catch that first game. But
Right.
Well, actually, I came in about halfway through, and the stream had cut, so it actually
really?
wasn't watchable. Yeah. But I missed the first half, which was streamed. So
Yeah, unfortunately, Minnesota threw a wrench into our bracket, but
right.
that was always going to be a tough one to call.
And it could have gone either way.
Yeah, so, but I hope that this is a good game. I feel like it should be a good game, but I think, are we both sitting in the same spot if we think Minnesota is going to take it?
I think so. I'd have to say so. Both teams are 7-1. I still think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
It'll be really interesting to see. Minnesota's got a pretty decent defense. So
Yeah, if they can just stop Pittsburgh's run game
right.
and kind of make them more one-dimensional, and Minnesota's offense is far from one-dimensional.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
I think if they can just play in the box and stop Pittsburgh's rushing attack, I think it should be a field day. Should still be a good game, but man, I mean that's the one thing that Pittsburgh has right now that has carried them through this season. And if you take that away, what is it going to look like?
Right. And we were almost perfect.
Almost.
We were
yeah.
almost perfect. We got really, really close.
And if we were going to lose a game, it was going to be that game.
Right.
So,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, well, because you were sitting here talking about the Mile High Blaze beating Pittsburgh, and I was like, Jared, you're crazy.
Right.
Come on, I had to talk you off the ledge.
Of course. That's exactly how that conversation went.
Yes. So, but here we are now.
I think you guys should be really proud. You started just at top 8. Just in case anybody wasn't here or doesn't know, we filled all of this in. So the fact that you only got one game wrong and it was the championship game, that's pretty tough. So I mean,
yeah, the sad part is that we're gonna inevitably we're gonna have 2 games wrong because Salt Lake obviously won't be winning the championship.
We can call it now. I'm calling Minnesota.
I'll call Minnesota too. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see. But moving on from the WFA, the rest of our show is actually going to be a little bit different format than normal. We're still going to throw in some games in between each of our little sub segments here. But essentially what Miles and I are going to do for the rest of the show is we're going to give you our rankings, which is something we've never done before, our player rankings for top 10 positional players in the NFL. So
yeah, and ESPN has been doing this the last week too. So,
and I kind of did mine based on like a little bit based off of last season, but also like this player's potential. So it wasn't like solely based off that, right? Because there were some injuries too, and I feel like there's some players that are going to come back from injury,
right?
And they're going to be the same or better.
Yeah. And
so I didn't want that to sway me too much. So I didn't look too much at stats from last season because they're obviously, it's tough again when players get injured. What I did do though is this is just my personal list. So
mine too.
That's kind of how I feel.
I tried to be as objective as possible, but yeah, it's hard to balance like last season, and then overall career and just having to shout out Charles Barkley, juggle these 2 balls. But yeah, we both agreed that the top portion of all these lists
like really comfortable for you.
It a little bit.
It was very, very natural.
I'm a long boy, so it's it can get a little taco. But we both agreed that the top portion of these lists were easy, and then getting into the back half,
it was kind of
a
like,
more tough.
Okay, who's gonna get left off the list?
Exactly. Yeah.
It wasn't even necessarily like the rankings. It was just like who's gonna get left off.
And it would have been, and we don't have an honorable mention section for any of these. We can throw one in if we want, but
did do one. Let me see. I did do one honorable mention.
Okay,
for the whole thing, and it was on my quarterback list. So
okay, yeah, and I think that one is the most deserving. So let's start it off. We're gonna start at 10.
Yeah,
1-1. Yeah, what's up, John?
Before you guys start, I just have a question, just for any watchers, listeners. Did you have an objective scale that you graded these on, or was this more like a vibe ranking? Can you guys just speak to a little bit of that before you go into your lists?
To be completely honest, I think it's probably a vibe ranking.
Yeah,
I wasn't like, oh, this and this and this. I mean, some of it is based off statistics, right? Like statistically, there are some of these players are the best players, and there's not like anybody that can hold a candle to that. So I think that's I would say vibes probably more than anything.
I would say it's all of the above.
Also just ball knowledge.
All of the above.
Yeah.
Like if I was going strictly off vibes, I would have shoehorned Jeremiah Love into #1 running back because I like the cut of his jib.
I got to know right now. Did he make your list?
No.
Okay.
No, of course not.
I will say right now I didn't put any rookies on these lists.
If you never played a snap, I don't think you should be able to get in there. But yeah, start us off at number 10.
So I don't want to go 1-1. I
Oh,
want to
okay.
go. I want to go through our full 10 list.
Okay.
So why don't you start us off? Go 10,
Okay.
10 through 1,
Okay.
and then I'll do mine. That way we can kind of compare as we go through.
Okay. So starting off, top 10 quarterbacks. At number 10, this one was a little difficult, and I didn't want to make you cry on set. So number 10 is Brock Purdy. Now you have guys like Trevor Lawrence, Caleb Williams, who both had nice years, guys like that. Jalen Hurts, I didn't consider that, but some of these guys who can float into that 10 spot, but ultimately I gave it to Purdy because he has a better resume than outside of Jalen Hurts, but Purdy, in my opinion, is a better quarterback.
Can you tell me why not higher than 10?
I really can't. Now you could tell me for me from this list and correct me, but ahead of him I have Jared Goff at number 9. Could you see that in a world, or do you disagree with that? Was that the first thing that popped in your head?
I will tell you right now that Jared Goff did not make my list.
Okay, and that's the hard part with all these like even Baker Mayfield, all spoiled, didn't make my list.
Baker was this close.
Yeah,
didn't make my list.
Yeah, so it's kind of tough, but I feel like Jared Goff.
And I initially had him on there.
Yeah,
I had to take him off.
Goff has performed really well in Detroit since he's got there, and he just has all the weapons in the world.
Yeah.
So, number 8, I have Drake May, and I felt a little weird putting him here because he had a really nice year, but we remember the schedule.
So Drake May again did not make my list.
And I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand. It would have been hard for me to, after last year and how well he played, regardless of the schedule, he still took that team to the Super Bowl as a second-year quarterback.
I think for me, the sample size was too small.
That's a good point.
Without, they had the weakest schedule like in the NFL. Anytime they actually played like a top 10 team, they did not perform super well.
You saw in the playoffs that they were battle tested the most in that entire season.
Yeah.
And they just they couldn't hold a candle to the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. So, but for a second-year player, and I subscribe to the notion of you play who's in front of you.
And by the end of this season, this could be completely different.
Oh, and I kind of anticipate that.
100% different. And I'm not trying to disrespect Drake May. I just think the sample size is just too small. So.
Yeah, and that's a good point.
Yeah.
Number 7, I have Justin Herbert.
Okay.
Now, Justin Herbert is kind of this weird anomaly quarterback because he hasn't won a playoff game. Seeing all this stuff about I don't know if it's his work ethic or just how he's viewed in the locker room amongst coaches, players, but that dude can ball.
Yeah.
He is a really good quarterback, and he is the social media king of what ifs. If he was here, if he had this weapon, blah, blah, blah. But he has all the talent you would want, and I don't think any NFL organization would be mad if they had to start over and they had to build around Justin Herbert. So
I agree. Yeah.
Number 6, I have Dak Prescott.
Okay.
He had a monster year last year. He's been a consistent quarterback since he's come in the league, drafted in the 4th round. And he led this team to the number 2 offense this past season. And, if their defense wasn't abysmal, maybe we see them making a better push for the playoffs to win the NFC East. Who knows? But Dak had a really nice year. I like Dak a lot. I just couldn't justify putting him in my top 5.
That's fair.
Because this is where it gets really top heavy.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the top 5 actually starts to get a little bit weird just about placement. It starts to get tough.
Yeah, that's where you have to I would say this was the hardest top 5 of all the lists we did.
Yeah.
And starting at number 5, I have Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
It feels a little disingenuous to take him out of the top 5. Dude's a champion, multi-time champion. He's a winner. And
you think he's top 5 right now?
Yes, but
with the injury and everything,
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah. But that
I'm not going to argue.
And the injury did come into play. They had a down year anyway when he was playing, but it's just hard to take him out of that echelon.
Do you think that with the injury, now with lack of mobility, that he could drop out of this top 10 in this upcoming season?
Drop out of the top 10? I don't know. I just don't see his play falling off that much that would justify, because you're having to consider his play falling off enough and these other quarterbacks play ascending at the same time, and that's not impossible. That could totally happen. But
I'm just curious because he's really lived off of a lot of his mobility, his ability.
Yeah,
to
his
escape the
playmaking,
pocket and
playmaking.
make something out of nothing.
I would honestly say that I think if I had to guess right now, his play falling off would come more from Andy Reid retiring and not having the elite play caller that he's had his entire career outside of his injury. So, but at number 4, I have Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Now he's been hurt. He's turning 30 soon. But the Ravens, when he got hurt, they started off really bad. And when he came back, they made a push to win the AFC North, and they were a missed field goal away from doing that to go into the playoffs.
I'm curious to see how Lamar does in a new system.
Me too.
Yeah.
He's known John Harbaugh his whole life, and now they have it's the guy, not Jeff Hafley. It's this is embarrassing. Minter. I can't remember. I think it's Minter, new head coach, but
Jesse
Minter?
Yeah.
Yes. But he's been kind of like, there was a lot of stuff. He was ranked like the 60-something best player in this NFL top 100 list, and that had an outrage among the NFL community. I'm kind of like, okay, well, you
can't stay healthy though. I mean, when was the last time you played a full season?
That plays a big part in it.
Right.
So, but Lamar, number 4, I am comfortable saying that. Now, this is where I had a harder time. But at number 3, I have Joe Burrow.
Nice.
He can only do so much.
Right.
And bringing back Zach Taylor, I think that was a big mistake. You're allocating so much money to his weapons and not his offensive line, and that defense has been atrocious for the last couple of years. And they just said goodbye to Trey Hendrickson for nothing. So I can't fault him too much for the organizational issues going on around him, but that dude is elite. When he has the quality of players and coaches around him that a star like him deserves, it takes him to the Super Bowl.
Right.
So, yeah, but I couldn't justify putting him over Matthew Stafford at number 2. He just won MVP, took the Rams to the NFC Championship game, could have gone to the Super Bowl, had an elite year, has Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, a good offensive line. He had Kyron Williams behind him, who had a nice year. So it was hard to flip-flop those two. But I feel like with the MVP season and how well he played, Stafford should be slotted in at number 2. And at number 1...
Too easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude is a freak of nature.
Yes, sir.
So just won MVP the previous year, fantasy god, and I really don't have much else to say about him. I mean, it's Josh Allen.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice, Miles.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, I'm going to start off with my honorable mention.
Yeah.
My honorable mention
Carson Beck
is not Carson Beck, and probably never will be.
He'll be in top 5.
My honorable mention is Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
I felt like I had to. What he's working with over there, and Ben Johnson's a great coach, but I think that what he's doing is powering an organization to become what I think is going to be a superpower team here very, very soon.
Yeah.
I love his level of play. Again, this is no disrespect to Drake May, but I think that Caleb is really good, and I think his future is very, very promising. So, but he did not make my top. He did not make my top 10. Again, sample size is too small to make my top 10, just like Drake May.
But he has that clutch gene.
But
some of those fourth quarter performances he had were insane.
If their defense had been better, that's a Super Bowl contender last season for sure. If they had had a decent defense, that's a Super Bowl contender, I think. But at number 10, I have Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
I think that that's pretty self-explanatory. He had a great season last year. He finally has a coach that can do something.
Yeah.
That's not Urban Meyer, and now we actually get to see who the real Trevor Lawrence is. Right? They have a better offensive line. Their run game has been pretty decent, and he's finally got some decent weapons over there, and he's utilizing them. So I think that Trevor Lawrence is pretty solid there at number 10. At number 9, I got Jalen Hurts. Hard to not put him in the top 10 when he is a Super Bowl champion. That's all I have to say. I mean, if you got a Super Bowl MVP, how are you not going to put him on your list like that? It's just tough. I know that he's got his own issues. I'm not the biggest fan of Jalen Hurts, but what are you going to say about winning a Super Bowl? I mean,
it's the resume.
Yeah,
that's what keeps him in there. But I feel like I just have more recency bias with his decline in play.
I agree.
In the last year,
I think that there are a lot of moments where you can look at that and say, I don't know. I just he's more playoff tested too.
Yeah,
that's another thing, right? They've made quite a few deep playoff runs.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard to look at that and say, no, that he can't be there. I just can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
At number 8, Justin Herbert. I loved everything that you said about it. I think that if they can put something together a little more serious, as far as not only their playmakers but their O-line, and get their defense back on track, I think that the Chargers could be a force to be reckoned with. The other piece of that is that they're in a really tough division with both the Broncos and the Chiefs. And I don't know about the Raiders. Maybe they'll put something together in the next couple of years with Fernando Mendoza, but I believe that Justin Herbert has the natural talent, and that's why he's at number 8.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Number 7, it's Dak Prescott. I again am not a person that is a big Dak Prescott fan, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's probably also because I'm a Cowboy hater, so it gives me some bias. But the Cowboys are not winning playoff games. You know what I mean? They're barely winning their own division, and it's just not going to get easier for them from here. But Dak can sling the ball. That's what I will say. Dak can sling the ball. He's got a huge arm, and he's probably the only reason that they're staying above 500 year after year after year.
Yeah.
So at number 6, it's Brock Purdy.
Wow. Okay.
Now, people are. I'm sure that there's going to be people out there that feel differently about this. I know a lot of people don't even have him in their top 10. But here's the thing about Brock. He's number 2 in QBR last season, number 4 in PFF, number 1 in pressure to sack rate, number 1 in late down EPA per play, number 3 in passing yards under pressure, number 1 in air yards per attempt, number 3 in completions traveling 20 plus yards. So he's obviously not a check down merchant, right? Mm-hmm. And people say that he's not mobile. That's BS too, because he's got an 83.3 rushing grade, which lands him at number 4 among NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you can talk about Kyle Shanahan's system all you want, but Brock Purdy has the highest quarterback rating in NFL history at 104. There's not anybody that is higher than him on that list in NFL history. Not just last year, not just the year before that, in history. You can't look at me and tell me that Brock Purdy's not a top 10 quarterback. It's just not true.
You still have to run the system.
Right. And here's the other thing. I was thinking about this on my drive today, my drive home. People also like to talk about that Kyle Shanahan system is a quarterback friendly system. It is, but are you supposed to run a non-quarterback friendly system?
Right.
Is that what else is the point of being an offensive play caller if it's not friendly to your quarterback?
Well, because then you have the luxury of not needing to draft these high caliber quarterbacks when Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant.
Right.
And he took him to a Super Bowl.
Right.
2 of them.
He's one of the most accurate deep ball passers in the league.
Yeah.
And so it drives me, all the excuses that we get, it drives me nuts. It drives, and honestly, I you know what I think that it is, Miles? I think that he just doesn't pass the eye test. Plain and simple, I think he just doesn't pass the eye test. And you know what? That's fair. I think that that's fair. But at the end of the day, the stats speak for themselves.
You're saying he's not flashy enough?
I think he looks like a little boy, and he was
he's
the
a smaller
last,
guy.
and he was the last pick in the draft.
Yeah.
But again, the stats speak for themselves. So he's getting the job done over there, and he's doing it while holding the highest passer rating in NFL history. So,
and he won 12 games with one of the most injured rosters in the league.
Right. Now, the rest of my list is actually exactly like yours. My top 5 are exactly like yours in the same order. So we got Patrick Mahomes at number 5, Lamar Jackson at number 4, Joe Burrow at number 3, Matthew Stafford at number 2, and Josh Allen at number 1. And I think that if Matthew Stafford wasn't aging, he would be the number 1. But I think Josh Allen, with his youth and his ability to stay healthy, is just better. And I think that obviously he's got more of a future ahead of him. Do I think that the Rams could probably win the Super Bowl this season? Yes, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Do I think that they have a better chance than the Bills? Yes, I do. But I think that Matthew Stafford is absolutely an MVP, and I think that this could be 1A, 1B if we wanted to.
Yeah. Any of these top 5 guys could be number 1 any given week.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that concludes our top 10 quarterbacks.
Yes.
John, if you want to hook us up, it's time for our first game. All right. So this game is called NFL Stat Pad, and it's not a game that I am very good at, but it's one that we're going to run today. And Miles, I'm going to need a lot of help.
Okay. Passing yards 2020 to 2025, not drafted first round.
Real quick, can you go over the rules of this game in case anybody doesn't know how it's played?
So basically, you have to. So like for this first one, the category is yards passing, and the select teams we have to choose from are from the AFC East. So we have the New England Patriots, Miami Dolphins, New York Jets, and Buffalo Bills.
I think I know who.
Okay,
already.
But the goal is to try to get the player who passed for the most amount of yards between the years 2020 and 2025 that was not drafted in the first round that played for either of those 4 teams. Now, you could still get a diamond by guessing a top 5 player in that.
So did they have to play for all those teams during that time period?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I know.
Yeah, so yards passing for the Patriots, Dolphins, Jets, Bills between 2020, 2025 and not drafted in the first round. Who are you thinking?
I am off the cuff. I'm thinking Tyrod Taylor.
I was kind of thinking that as well, but I just don't know.
Because the only other one that I know that played for all those teams is Ryan Fitzpatrick. Well, actually, Fitzpatrick didn't play for the Patriots, did he?
I don't think so, but it could be. It's not Josh Allen. It's not Tua.
Jacoby Brissett?
No. I think you're thinking of Don't think of players that have played for all of them. Just like a player in a season that had a lot of passing yards for one of those teams between those years.
Oh, so I can just pick any of them? It doesn't have to be all 4?
No. It's just a player that's played for one of those teams.
Oh, Tom Brady?
He wasn't on the team in 2020.
He wasn't?
Mm-mm. He was on the Bucs.
When did he go to the Bucs? Oh, was that 2019?
2020. Yeah, 2019, 2020, and then he won the Super Bowl.
Okay, all right.
So
that makes it even harder.
So yeah, I mean,
then Josh Allen. There's Tua,
but not drafted first round.
Right.
So I mean, Tyrod. Yeah. I feel like could it be? I don't know. I mean, that's kind of tough. Bailey Zappi.
I'd almost rather go with Tyrod at that point.
I just don't know if...
I don't remember if he was drafted in the first round or not.
Yeah, Tyrod, OD, Taylor, and then we have to pick a year. But, I mean, Josh Allen was there that whole tenure.
Josh Allen's a first-round pick.
I know, but, like, when was Tyrod starting enough?
Well, I'd say with the Jets, probably.
Okay.
We got to think with the Jets. When was he... Did he start for the Jets last year? No.
No, he didn't. I would say, like,
2024?
2022, 2021.
I'm gonna let you run that.
Okay.
'cause you tend to be a little bit better at these than me.
We're going 2022.
Yeah, we'll just run it. And there's a chance he didn't even. Yeah. So I'll try 2020.
Try 2024. Nice.
Okay. And then, John, you can click on him and see Ryan Fitzpatrick. Okay. So,
Dang.
Jacoby Brissett, too. Yeah. Bailey Zappi. So, okay, but now we have a gauge of how
Okay.
it works. So, the next one up is yards passing for the Cowboys between 1980 and 2025 that has never been all pro.
That's never been all pro.
Yeah. So, this is my first thought is Cooper Rush. Because, I mean, you've had Tony Romo, Troy Aikman, and now Dak Prescott.
All right.
All of those guys
Let's
have
try
been.
Cooper Rush.
Do you remember what year
Don't.
Dak
do
got
we only
hurt?
have 3 guesses left?
No, it just every
it-
time you do guess, it
Okay.
just lowers your score.
Let's do 2024, John. Very nice.
What year was Drew Bledsoe?
I
Yeah,
didn't
so
even
some
know
of
Drew
these
Bledsoe played for the.
I wouldn't have
Cowboys.
gotten that either.
Okay, so some of the look. So Troy Aikman.
Yeah,
is
so
on here. So he just wasn't
multiple
all
times.
pro that year specifically.
I think, or maybe has Troy never been all pro anytime? So I was just assuming that Troy Aikman was never. That's kind of surprising.
I
He was never an
assumed
all
that he
pro.
would have been. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right. Yards passing category for the NFL as a whole, 2020 to 2025, never been all pro any time in career.
Man, 2020. John, can you raise that, please?
Man, that was a toughie McStuffy.
Let's see. Well, let's think of some quarterbacks who haven't been all pro.
Oh, should we? Well,
we
what
can't
year
get
was that? Yeah,
2020 to 2025.
yeah, that was 2005.
Yeah.
Man, this is tough.
Never been an all pro. Yeah, so this one just for the audio listeners, this one is just all across the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2020 to 2025, and they've never been an all pro, and it's passing yards.
I would honestly be inclined to say like Jacoby Brissett this past year.
We could 2025. I think that's fine. He had tons of passing yards.
Yeah, 2025.
Okay.
So now I'm curious. Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert's
Wow.
never been an all pro. Joe Burrow's never been an all pro.
See, this is
That's crazy because these are Pro Bowlers.
yeah, but
That's nuts.
making all pro. Yeah.
That was still a good pull.
Okay, here we go. Never been all pro. Has Cam Newton been
Cam
all pro?
Newton?
He had to have been
That's what I was-
MVP.
Just as a point out the cautionary tale, you guys have been wrong about every single assumption about who has been all pro and who hasn't been.
That's true.
we
And
could
I don't
run-
know. I don't know a lot about.
Would
the
you
all-pro
wanna-
decision making? We could run Cam.
We
Newton.
could
Let's
rent,
try
yeah,
it.
Cam Newton 2015, just to see, because I mean,
Right? You said 2015.
yeah.
Run it.
Okay,
Okay. So
now we know.
So here's what I'm thinking: either Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield.
What about like Dante Culpepper?
Go for it.
I just don't know what year.
I don't know.
CU. How do you spell his first name? You could just try Culpepper. Yeah. Let's do like.
Remember, he played for the Vikings. So
Did he not play for Carolina? Am I making that up?
did he play for? Wait, did he play for the Vikings?
I think he did.
I think he
But
did too.
he played for Carolina, right?
Right. I just meant be careful about the year.
Um,
Well, let's just run it.
Yeah, I feel like if he was
2009.
drafted by them, yeah. then
He was drafted by the.
he might have been.
Panthers?
I really don't remember.
here,
so we could do
Run 2009, John.
just to see. So I think it would be earlier, like 2000. Was he drafted 99? 2005. I'm fine with that.
Okay, so go early, 1999.
Okay, so he was drafted by Minnesota.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we could also do Bryce Young this past year.
Okay.
Okay. Gold.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy.
I didn't think about Teddy. I forgot about him. Okay.
This top 5 is just 3 dudes.
Yeah, there are a lot of them that, like, 4 of the 5 are just one player, all different years. Now I'm feeling confused. Did Dante Culpepper? He never played for the Panthers. He
Yeah,
played for
well,
the
that's why I
Lions.
was confused. I was
That's
like, dang, Miles has some lore that I do not have.
Nah,
here, I guess.
that was my fault. But I
It's all
mean,
good. Okay, let's look at our last one here.
so this
So
is the AFC South. Texans, Jaguars, Colts, Titans between 2020 and 2025, and not drafted in the first round.
not drafted in the first round, huh? Was Daniel Jones drafted in the first round? He was. He totally was. Not drafted in the first round.
Will Levis, no, he was a first round pick. Man,
I know I wanted to say Marcus, but obviously not. Danny Dimes was a first rounder.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Giants took him where? Where'd they take him? Like 3 or something like that. Okay, so yeah, so this is the AFC South.
mm-hmm.
So we got the Texans, Jaguars, Colts, and Titans from 2020 to 2025, and they can't have been drafted in the first round. I'm trying to think of. Blake Bortles was a first round pick, right?
I believe he was.
He wasn't
Yeah,
playing for them in 2020. Who held these guys over during their quarterback transitions?
so after Andrew Luck retired, they had Phillip Rivers and Matt Ryan. I know
Both-
Phillip Rivers was a
both
first round
first-round
pick.
picks.
Matt Ryan, yeah.
Ryan also first round pick.
Tennessee.
Who'd they have after Mariota?
Oh, was Ryan Tannehill a first round pick?
I think he was a first round pick, yeah. To the Dolphins. Okay, what about the Jags? Let's talk about the Jags for a second. Before Trevor, who was their quarterback over there?
It was Blake Bortles.
Yeah, and then who after that?
I don't know because he was drafted 2021. Trevor Lawrence. Should we try running Ryan Tannehill?
I mean, we can. I don't.
2020. Because then I feel like this is going to be a Texans player, like a Matt Schaub.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Matt Schaub or Brock Osweiler or something.
Brock Osweiler. Brock
Was he-
Osweiler might not be bad.
But did he was he before Deshaun Watson?
He was.
So
When was
then
Deshaun?
that wouldn't. He was drafted 2017, I believe.
Okay,
I would
go
say
ahead.
2020.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Dang, dude, I don't know. This is a tough one.
Try Matt Schaub. SCHAUB. 2020, yeah. This is so tough.
This is tough. Well, and they have you know why it's tough? Because all 4 of these teams have so many first round quarterbacks that,
Yeah.
that have played there. John, can you close it for me? I'm sorry. Something about looking at the logos helps me think.
Jogs your memory. Malik
Yeah.
Willis.
Malik hasn't played yet.
He was drafted by Tennessee. That's the only other.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I don't know why I'm thinking. Yeah. Yep. Sorry.
Do you want to run Malik Willis?
Yeah.
Because I really can't think of anybody else.
Malik Willis.
I'd have to, 2022 makes the most sense. Well,
I don't know who else.
yeah, I mean Gardner
Gardner
Minshew.
Minshew. Oh my
Jesus
gosh.
Christ.
And Davis Mills.
Yeah, that's who I was
Will
trying
Levis.
to think of.
Will Levis was on that list.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, bummer. Well, we suck. We suck at these games. We're not good.
8.9% of other scores.
Wow, dude,
horrible
we're
score.
so good.
No, that's
I
that's
told
really
you, dude,
bad.
we're really bad at this.
Just in case, because I know there's some MAGA math that might make people
Mhm.
think that this is actually a good score. It's not.
it's not.
8.9%.
Yeah. Somebody might read this as you're in the top.
You're in the top 9%. Yeah.
It's the opposite.
Okay, but yeah,
like
that was a stat pad.
That looks like the federal interest rate right now.
yeah. But now we're moving on to top 10 running backs.
Yeah, you want me to rip it first?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna preface this by saying that I know I just talked about Super Bowl MVPs, but the Super Bowl MVP did not make my list.
Okay.
And that's just because having one decent season with a stacked Super Bowl team does not give you top 10 status, and that's a guy that has never stayed healthy for one season in his life. So
yeah,
sorry, Mr. Walker, but you didn't make my
makes
list.
sense. Yeah.
But at number 10, I've got Bucky Irving.
Okay.
Bucky did have a great season last year before he got injured, and I think he's going to come back and he's going to continue to have a great season. And that's why he's in my top 10.
Yeah.
At number 9, I've got Breece Hall.
Yep.
This is a guy that, if he had an actually decent offensive line, is easily a top 10. He just has never had a consistent coach, quarterback,
all the work.
system, offensive line, really anything going for him. I mean, he plays for the freaking Jets, for Christ's sake. At number 8, I got James Cook.
Okay.
This is a guy that's putting in a lot of work over there in Buffalo, really helping to carry a lot of that defense, taking on a lot of the passing work, and he's catching a lot of passes from Josh Allen. So I appreciate James Cook, and that's why he's at number 8.
Explosive runner too. Yeah.
Number 7 is Devon Achane.
Okay.
Now, Achane could easily drop off this list this season. This upcoming season, he's not going to be in as friendly of a running back system, right? With Mike McDaniel out.
Mm-hmm.
He also is coming off injury. But I would say that right now, injury aside, he's a top 10 running back for sure. At number 6, now this is where it really starts to get tough. It starts to get really tough. And as I went down the list of all the starting running backs in the league, it started to get pretty brutal.
Mm-hmm.
At number 6, I have Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor is a guy that's shown that and proven that he can handle a large workload and really help to take pressure off of the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
He's had multiple great seasons over there in Indy, even when they haven't been that great of a team.
Right.
And I think that he has done a lot for Daniel Jones as far as his quarterback play over there. So, at number 5, I've got Derrick Henry. This is a tough one, too, because I really like Derrick Henry. He's a violent runner. I think he's had a great career. It's obviously fallen off a little bit going to Baltimore. We'll see how that changes in this upcoming season. But needless to say, Derrick Henry is a massive man who's going to continue to truck other players, and he's going to continue to get the rock, get touchdowns. And if he doesn't, that's not his fault. That is the fault of the system.
Well, and I think that's the one part of his game that can age well is being the bell cow.
Right.
I don't think he's never going to have the 99-yard, like, once he gets into gear, you're not catching him.
Right.
Like, he's slowed down, he's aging, but you still don't want to tackle that dude.
Right.
So he's going to get you the dirty yards, but I don't think we're not going to see any more explosive plays from him, or they're going to be more sparse.
I was going to say, I'm not going to say he's not going to pop one off, but I think he's a top 5. At number 4, this one hurts me a little bit to put him this low, but it's CMC.
Okay.
The injury bug is concerning. I think, though, that if Christian McCaffrey stays healthy, he is a top maybe 5 player in the league if he's healthy for a full season. He's the best pass catching back in the league.
Yep.
He's obviously pretty unstoppable on the ground. Now he's in a very friendly system as well, a very running friendly system, but it's not like he wasn't doing that over in Carolina either.
Where, yeah, it was,
So Christian McCaffrey at number 4.
Okay.
At number 3, it's Saquon. Now, I know Saquon didn't have the greatest season. You know what? I'm not even going to say that. He didn't have the same season that we expected him to have based off of his previous sample size.
And he set the bar pretty high
right.
that first year.
And so that's why I take back what I initially said, because he still had a good season. It just wasn't to his level of eliteness that we're used to seeing.
Right.
And you know, the Eagles they've had some issues inside their locker room. You know, you never know how those things kind of contribute to that. And it sounds to me like they've cleaned a lot of that up. Especially, you know, AJ Brown is gone, so maybe that cleans some of that up. But Saquon's still a force. You can't overlook him. That when you're preparing for the Eagles week in and week out, you know you have to prepare for him because he will chew you up and spit you out. At number 2, this is tough, and I don't know if you're gonna sorry about that. I don't know if you're gonna agree with me on this one, Miles. You might have these two swapped. But at number 2, I have Bijan Robinson. Okay. I think that talent-wise, I think that Bijan has the number 1 running back talent. However, he doesn't necessarily have the same production as the next guy on this list. And that's why Jahmyr Gibbs is number 1 on my list.
Okay.
I think that this is another one where you could say 1A, 1B. But yeah, I just think what we see from Jahmyr Gibbs and what we've seen over the last 2 seasons has put him at this spot. Now, he hasn't had to handle the entire workload, though.
Right. Yeah, he's had the Sonic and Knuckles.
He's had David Montgomery back there to help him out. So I'm curious to see this season, can he be the workhorse? Can he take on that full load? Is he going to be able to be that sole number 1 guy?
Right.
I think he can. He's built well. He's built like these other 4 running backs on this list. I think that people overlook him for that, but he's built well, and he's so fast. I think it would be close, but I think he's the fastest running back in this top 4.
You know, I wouldn't disagree with you there. But starting off at number 10, where you and I did disagree, is I did put the Super Bowl MVP there.
That's totally fair because it was close. It was close for me. It was close for me.
And you Bucky Irving at 10. That's who I was debating with. Bucky Irving is younger, and he has shown more production. But Kenneth Walker has always been serviceable. He's always been the between the 20s guy.
Healthy.
If he's healthy, he's always been the between the 20s guy.
If you got
Zach Charbonnet was the goal line guy.
I just feel like if you got to ask every single season if he's healthy, you got to say every single season if he's healthy. Makes it tough.
But that playoff run he had this year, where Charbonnet was out and he was the sole guy,
I agree.
He played out of his mind, and he won Super Bowl MVP for a reason.
And I could have put him at my number 10 spot and been comfortable with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just hard. Like, it's a lot of these are very swappable. But now he's going to Kansas City, and he's going to be the bell cow there. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think with that playoff run and him being the Super Bowl MVP, just notched him in there for me.
Super fair.
And at number 9, I have Breece Hall. And pretty much I'll just quote everything you said. I mean, he still has production outside of everything that's going on around him. I believe that there's a part of him, if not the whole part of him, that wishes he was out of New York and didn't get franchise tagged, and then kind of feel like he had to sign that deal with them because it was going to, they were going to overpay for him. But yeah, outside of the quarterback revolving door, coaching revolving door, the offensive line being up and down all the time, he still is very productive.
Mm-hmm.
So, number 8, I have Devon Achane. Now,
Okay.
yeah, the injury part scares you a little bit. All the other weapons for Miami are gone. You're going to have a new quarterback, a new system. So we'll have to see how that goes. But
That could work in his favor, though.
Yeah, it could.
You know?
Because, I mean, he's the only solidified piece in that offense right
You
now.
wanna talk about a check down merchant.
Yeah.
It could be huge for him.
And he is fast.
Mm-hmm.
So he still is going to have the explosive play nature that you're going to want out of your running back, especially when he's your only reliable option right now.
Right.
So, number 7, I have Derrick Henry. Now, Derrick Henry, this last year, he definitely took some steps back. You can see the age a little bit. And
I think with Derrick Henry, though, what you have to look at is he's in a brand new system. And so that's why I gave him grace there.
mhm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
you're fine. But, I mean, this is also his second year there. And, well, I see what you mean. Going into this year, the brand new system. But that's just one we're just going to have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we talked about it. There are aspects of his game that can age well, and then there are the others that are going to fade fast.
Right.
So I think just taking into account from this last year and some of these guys ahead of him having a better year, it was tough. And I love Derrick Henry, and I also thought of when you were trying to trade him to me early in the fantasy year.
And I almost had you, didn't I?
You were trying to get rid of him for a
I
reason.
almost had you, didn't I, Mouse? And then he had one good week, and I was like, no,
you're
going
gonna
to keep him.
Yep.
And then he had no more good weeks.
Yeah. Number 6, I have James Cook.
Okay.
He had a very good year last year.
Yeah, he did.
Like I said, explosive. He's pretty quick too, and I mean, it makes it so much easier for a guy like that when you have a quarterback like Josh Allen,
Yeah.
who can get you the ball in all sorts of ways.
Do you know why I put Devon Achane above James Cook on my list?
Why is that?
Because for like weeks, before he was in right up until he got injured, Devon Achane was like the highest scoring player in fantasy football
Oh yeah,
for like 4 or 5 weeks.
yeah. No, he was heavily touted.
Yeah.
I mean, he was, putting up crazy numbers.
No wonder he got injured.
Yeah.
They were leaning on him so hard.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of view like James Cook and Bucky in the same little ballpark,
Mm-hmm.
but James Cook I just think he's been more consistent.
Mhm.
He doesn't have the injury bug as of right now
Right.
that Bucky has. So James Cook at number 6. And at number 5, I have Saquon Barkley. So
That low.
just because this list is also top heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Now the age plays a part in this. His step back from his first year in Philly plays a part in this. And it was going to be hard to justify putting him above Christian McCaffrey at number 4.
I also had a hard time with that.
And they both have the same thing, the age, and McCaffrey more of the health than Saquon as of right now. But we saw it. Christian McCaffrey played all 17 games, and he was still one of the most productive running backs in the league, both in the pass game and the rush game. I mean, he's so elusive still. You could barely tell he's at or around 30.
Coming off of a season where he
Yeah.
pretty much had to sit the bench the entire season due to injury.
Rehabbing a crazy injury.
Yeah.
Going to Europe, doing all this stuff. And you could still see in McCaffrey's game that he's not the explosive guy he was in Carolina, but he is still very effective and very productive. So that's why in my heart, it felt more right to put CMC above Saquon as of right now.
Okay.
And at number 3, I have Jonathan Taylor.
Wow, that high.
I think this is where the youth is starting to come in. He is younger. He had a crazy season last year, and in the second half of these games, Jonathan Taylor was a madman.
Can I tell you why I have him so low?
Yeah.
I think from season to season he's too unpredictable
I would agree with that.
because you never
Yeah.
know is he gonna be an MVP, is he gonna have an MVP season,
Mm-hmm.
or is he gonna put up 2 fantasy points every single
Right.
week,
Yeah.
And so I think the lack of consistency there was concerning for me.
Yeah, and I understand. I mean, because
Still a great back.
he was drafted in 2020, so crazy whatever year he's drafted, crazy rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
Then Shane Steichen comes in and has never figured out the quarterback position.
Right.
Anthony Richardson, you had, Gardner Minshew, Jacoby Brissett, I believe. But now you get the project with Daniel Jones that worked out really well, and that offense was, we're going to air you out in the first half and then close you out on the ground in the second half. And that's why I alluded to he had some crazy second halves performances this year that just put teams away. And once you figured out that quarterback position, it makes his job a whole lot easier. And that's why, a guy like Breece Hall could shoot up the list if he had that consistency. So that's why I think Jonathan Taylor, and a lot of this is predicated on the production he had this year.
Right.
But I do agree with you. The up and down years and getting hurt and all that stuff, like it makes it harder to justify. But
when you could almost put like any of these guys anywhere on this
yeah,
list,
exactly.
Especially in the top 5, it
Yeah.
really starts to get nitpicky.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And at number 2, we did disagree here. I had Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay.
And the production aspect that you talked about, and this isn't Jahmyr Gibbs' fault. This is what you want for your star running back. Detroit's offensive line is so much better
Right.
than Atlanta's. And Atlanta's isn't terrible,
Mhm.
but, it makes a running back's job so much easier knowing that these holes are going to open up for you. And Bijan carried that. He was amazing this year.
Can we back up for just a
yeah.
second? I think that because Detroit is built the way that it's built, and we're going to go back to quarterbacks actually for a second. We're going to talk about Jared Goff. Because Detroit's built the way that it's built with an incredible offensive line, and they've had this 2-headed monster of a run game, that's why Jared Goff didn't make my top 10.
That makes sense.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I just think Bijan.
But going back to running backs, I could have flopped these, and I actually initially I did have them there, and I switched them.
Yeah, I mean he's been the workload of that offense since he's been there because he's had to play with guys like Taylor Heineke and Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins, who aren't as solidified as Jared Goff. So that caps off my list. But yeah, like you said, you can flip flop any of these players any given week.
I haven't felt like astonished by anything that you said to me so far.
Yeah.
I felt a little bit of Purdy disrespect, but
no, that's yeah.
I feel like that was almost intentional. So. but you didn't disrespect me so bad you didn't put him on the list,
Yeah, part of me wanted to, but
I know that was probably would have replaced him with Carson Beck or something.
Well, I mean, just wait until the Hall of Fame game and then
I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I hope he throws like 6 picks.
It won't be his fault.
All right, guys. Let's move on now to our second game of the episode. John, let's run it.
Yeah, and we'll try to move through this quicker. Immaculate grid. So now we can think of players who have played for both of these teams. Anything stand out to you right now?
Off the rip, Gardner Minshew for the Colts and for the Chiefs.
Yes, I like that one. Steelers, Chiefs, Juju Smith-Schuster.
Very nice. Good pull.
J-U. Yep.
Sorry, but a name like that is just a trap.
Yeah, no,
it
it
totally is.
Which
top
first
one.
Yeah.
Top one. Eagles, Chiefs.
Oh, I know
feel like this
that
one's
there's-
obvious.
It totally is, and we're just blowing this.
Eagles, Cowboys, DeMarco Murray.
Ooh, that's a good pull.
Remember how good he was, Brown? Yeah.
Oh, man, he was good.
Yeah.
He was good. I missed DeMarco.
Colts, Cowboys, man, that's tough.
Yeah, I love
Give
that
us some of your thoughts.
I love that they can't put the Cowboys on the left side. So it would take because they would all just be Troy Aikman.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Oh man, George Pickens, Steelers, Cowboys.
Ooh, yeah, that is a good one too. Colts, Cowboys.
Yeah, this one is tough. I feel like this is gonna be like receiver, but I really can't think
Did
of.
Nick Foles play for the Chiefs? Was he backup quarterback?
He might have been. We could save that.
Yeah.
Um,
if we're not 100%.
I think we just ring out the Super Bowl champs.
Okay.
Eagles, who'd be like a really niche one.
Think of like a corner or something like that.
I mean, we could do Josh Sweat, or
Okay,
yeah.
that's fine.
'Cause, I mean, everyone is gonna put AJ Brown, Jamal, or Jalen Hurts. 0.2, yeah.
Nice. Good.
Colts. Can you think of Edgerrin James? Did he play with
I was thinking
Peyton Manning when
Reggie Wayne.
Reggie? I'd be more comfortable doing that then, because I wasn't for sure if Edgerrin James ever. Still 7%. Wow. Steelers.
Santonio Holmes.
Yeah. The guy who
Santonio.
Yeah. The guy who ripped out my heart at such a young age.
Yeah. That had to hurt.
It did.
But
Yeah.
we pulled an 8% on that one.
Eagles, Chiefs, Carson Wentz.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Now, the middle. This is a tough one. I'm just like,
So the middle is the Colts and the Cowboys. So we need a player
Yeah.
that played for both the Colts and the Cowboys. Let's see. Zeke kind of became a journeyman for a little bit. Where did he play after the Cowboys?
man, that's tough. I don't know if he went to Indy.
This is gonna. If we get this one, this is gonna be the best immaculate grid we've ever.
Yeah, I feel like probably be the only one we've completed, or one of the few.
I think it will be the only
first
one you
one.
completed. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we really can't mess this up.
Zeke is really throwing me off here.
I'm sorry, shouldn't have said that. How
Oh
about
my
wide
God.
receivers?
Yeah, like Michael Gallup. I don't think Dez definitely didn't go to Indy.
If a guy whose last name is Gallup played for both the Colts and the Cowboys,
That would make so much sense.
That-
Yeah,
Yeah, it would
would
make
be a
lot
huge
of
so fitting.
sense. Yeah.
and then finish his career with the Houston Texans. Oh man,
Tony Pollard.
No.
He was with the Titans.
I honestly, if we can't think of something soon, I would be down to run Zeke. But there's just part of me that I don't know either. I don't think he's gone to
I
Indy.
can't remember.
Man.
Let's think running backs. Who were Cowboys running backs?
Rico Dowdle, no.
No, it was Panthers.
Shit, man. I'm not sure. John, you got something for us?
nah, we're in the wrong sport.
This isn't esports. This isn't not pony play.
Hobby
Hobby horsing.
Pony play?
Yeah, if it was hobby horsing,
Yeah.
I would have already filled those
Yeah.
it out.
Man. Who are like some corners or something?
What about Romo?
No.
Mm-mm.
Tight ends.
Mm-mm.
Do we need to go older? I just don't know a lot about the Colts. That's my problem. It's the Colts that are getting me. It's not the Cowboys.
Yeah. think at some point we just got to throw one out there.
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush. He went to Baltimore. This is gonna be because it's gonna be somebody who's so obvious.
I know it's gonna drive me nuts. Trey Lance. No, it's three. That's 3 teams. Blaine Gabbert did not play there. Let's think of journeyman quarterbacks.
God, what journeyman quarterbacks go to the Cowboys? Teddy Bridgewater.
No.
Tyrod Taylor.
I wish I could say Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I know.
It's so frustrating.
Jared, I'm going to leave it up to you.
Should we just run Zeke and see?
I'm down to run Zeke.
All right.
Yeah,
Ezekiel.
Elliott, yeah.
This is not going to hit.
Nope.
I have to know.
Yeah, let's see who it was. T.Y. Hilton played for the Cowboys?
I did not know that.
Because I was thinking of T.Y., but like, no, he didn't play for Dallas. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I did not think that T.Y. played for the Cowboys. Who are the most rare? Does it give us that? Or just the most picked?
That's the most picked. But it looks like that one...
Oh, man, we're about to rip a virus.
No, this thing's safe. Stephon Gilmore. Oh, my God.
That hurts.
Yeah, that one's frustrating.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
All right.
It's all right. We
Well,
were close.
Yeah, we were close. All right. Well, let's move on to wide receivers. Are you
Real
ready?
quick, for this one, if you guys are down, I'd like to try you guys doing back and forth for this, just because I feel like it's a little bit more engaging when you guys get to talk about the same players at the same time or talk about your differences rather than having to go back to like the beginning of a list.
I think the thing is it's hard to talk about the rankings though if we're going back and forth because then it's hard to not give away what's next on your list or after, and we've done that before. So that was my only thing. I don't want to give away what's next on my list.
I'm indifferent. I don't care.
If you want to go back and forth, we can.
I'd be down to go back and forth.
All right. That's fine.
Just a
Let's run it.
suggestion.
Daddy John.
It's
You
your
start
guys'
us
show.
off.
No,
Okay.
you call the shots. It's just
Okay.
a thought.
Number 10, I have Mike Evans.
Mike Evans, okay. See, this is why I don't like this.
Who do you have at number 10?
Well, at number 9, I have Mike Evans.
Okay. So who do you have at number 10?
At number 10, I have Devontae Adams. But see, we can't have the number 10 conversation here.
I consider
and then go on to
Devontae.
number 9, and then we're talking about it all over again.
I consider Devontae, but Mike Evans has just been so consistent.
Yeah, I like to give our full scope on like what our thought process is as we're going through that.
Okay, then I'll just rattle through my top 9 from
Okay.
here on out, and then you can rattle yours off too.
Okay.
Number 9, I have AJ Brown.
Okay.
Still consistent. I still think he's elite. He's going to be in a new spot. Hopefully less drama. Play with Drake May. I think that'll be a good spot. Number 8, Nico Collins. It's too bad that CJ Stroud has had some down years, but I still think he is all reliable, and he's played well despite Tank Dell being gone, and he's still a formidable weapon. Number 7, George Pickens. Dude lit it up in Dallas after CD went down, and even when CD came back. And at number 6, his running mate, CeeDee Lamb. I still think CeeDee Lamb's a better overall wide receiver, and those two work off each other so well. And yeah, I mean, to have 2 Dallas guys in top 10, you got to feel good about that. Number 5, I have Amon-Ra St. Brown. He has been elite for a long time now. Jared Goff and him have a great connection, and for being a 4th round pick coming in and lighting up the league like that.
And you had him at 5?
Mm-hmm. Because ahead of him, I have Puka Nacua.
Okay.
I mean, him and Stafford just lighting it up. He had a historical rookie season. Stafford's always having historical season with these wide receivers. So, but Puka, yeah, he's been a staple since he's came in, and Devontae's been a great number 2 to him. So, number 3, I have Justin Jefferson. Now, it's hard saying that when post Kirk Cousins, he's he hasn't had the same quality of quarterback play, having to deal with, Daniel Jones, or not Daniel Jones, excuse me, Sam Darnold playing really well that year, and then you bring in McCarthy, who has been terrible.
Yes.
But now you maybe you're going to have something with Kyler Murray there, and I know that they've wanted to play with each other before, so we'll see if we can make it work. But Jay Jettis just has all the raw talent and production that you would want, and it's hard to put him lower. Number 2, JSN. Historical year. I mean, the Seahawks offense really, they were on the lower half of the league throwing the ball in terms of passing offense, but he still put up monster receiving yards. Was it 1,700 or something like that, up around there? I mean, yeah, he has completely gone off in his third year. So JSN number 2, and number 1 is Jamar Chase. Now, this one was hard just based off of last season. JSN would have been number 1, but I still think that connection he has with Joe Burrow, that's been hindered because of Joe's injuries and just poor organizational decisions. But I still think out of the talent, just raw talent and intangibles, it's Jamar Chase, number 1.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right. At number 10, I have Davante Adams, as I said before. I think that Davante's very serviceable. There was a point in time where I would have said that Davante Adams is the best wide receiver in the league.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a little bit older, but he's still playing in a great system. He's still getting lots of catches. He's a mean red zone target, and he's still a massive target for Stafford. Yeah. At number 9, I have Mike Evans. Honestly, for really similar reasons. And now he gets to come and play in the 49ers system where I think he's probably going to thrive as the number 1 guy. Mike Evans, before last season, he had never had a season where he was under 1,000 yards.
That's a consistency.
Right?
Yeah.
That, I think, right there speaks for itself. Yes, he's aging, which is why he's down at number 9.
Yeah. At
number 8, I got A.J. Brown. A lot of people don't like A.J. Brown because of his issues over in Philly. I think a lot of that is Philly's fault, though. They're not scheming him up the ball. They're not throwing him the ball. He's a massive target with great hands who runs much faster than his size would make you assume. And I think that now that he is paired up with a young quarterback over in New England, and they have Romeo Doubs on the other side to kind of take some pressure off, I think that that's going to be a mean system.
Yeah.
At number 7, and you're not going to like this, but I have Malik Neighbors.
Okay.
I have Malik Neighbors on here because I think that regardless of the injury, I think that he is a top 10 wide receiver. I think that we're going to see him come back this season depending on his injury.
Yeah.
And where that lies, because right now there's still some questions around that.
Yeah.
But I think when he comes back, he's going to be a top 10 wide receiver.
I would agree.
That's what I think. Last season we didn't get a huge sample size. I think that also makes me a little bit inconsistent with how I've rated these.
No, I mean, because I was on the Neighbors train too.
Yeah.
But I think the sample size and the fact his knee fucking exploded.
Right.
It just scared me too much. So that's where I was leaning into the last year production.
I think that that's super fair.
Yeah.
At number 6, I got CD. Same. You also had CD at 6, right?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. This is where we're going to get a little bit different.
Okay.
At number 5, I have Puka Nacua.
Okay.
I like Puka Nacua. I think he's got some off the field issues, and I think that that maybe could come back to haunt him. I also think he's playing with the MVP quarterback in one of the best systems in the league, with an all-star cast. So I'm not taking anything away from him. He's got great hands. He's quick. He runs beautiful routes. But I just think that these other 4 are better. Plain and simple. So at number 4, I got Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
Obviously, we've seen some production fall off. He hasn't had great quarterbacks over there. I think that if he had a Joe Burrow, I think he could be the number 1 guy in the league. Unfortunately, that's not the case, though, and we can't know that without seeing it. So maybe things do change with Kyler, and maybe he hops back up there. But there was a point in time where Justin Jefferson was the best wide receiver.
Running away with that.
At number 3, I have Amon-Ra.
Okay.
I think that Amon-Ra is super underrated. I think he's an extremely underrated wide receiver. The guy has hands for days. He's so fast and just makes incredible red zone catches. This is a guy that you have to scheme for. You're going into this week against the Lions, and you're planning specifically for Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
The Lions have shown you time and time again that they can hurt you in so many ways, and he is such an important part of that air attack, and I think that he is one of the reasons why Jared Goff gets put into a lot of people's top 10 list.
Yeah.
At number 2, it's JSN, and honestly, my reasons are the same as you. It's JSN, and then at number 1, it's Ja'Marr Chase, and I think that if we had same thing, I think if we just had a bigger sample size of JSN, he'd probably be number 1 because he had a killer season. But one great season does not make you a number 1 guy.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. Yeah, same boat there. I'm surprised you didn't put Michael Wilson number 1, but that's okay.
I know. I actually saw him on the list, and I was like, you know what? I'm sure that he's somewhere on Miles's list.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that I didn't hear him off of yours. So.
No, I was a good boy. I wanted to be fair. So,
all right, let's move on to our next game. John, let's run it. All right. So this one is pretty fun. It's 17-0. It's similar to, what was it, 86?
82-0.
82-0. Similar to what we did last week, but 17-0 is 82-0, but with football. And so they have, as you can see, they have the quarterback, 2 running backs, a flex, tight end, couple wide receivers. What's SF? It's like a no, because I think you could just throw anything in there.
Oh, I guess
Superflex. It's a Superflex
is what
it is. So you could put a quarterback there. So I figured Miles and I could each run one. We'll see what our records are, just like we did last week.
Yeah.
And again, you can re-roll both the team and the season. So, Miles, take it away, man.
Okay, let's do this. Okay. So I can re-roll the team or season?
Yes, you can. Let's talk about who you got first and what the season
Okay,
is.
so I got the Cincinnati Bengals in 2017. This was kind of, AJ Green started to taper off. Andy Dalton wasn't really the same. Man. I'm not going to use my re-roll this quickly. I'll take AJ Green. Do I want to put him in? Yeah, I'll put him in wide receiver. Okay. Detroit 2017. It's hard to not take Stafford here. But man, can you go back to wide receivers? And scroll down.
Dude, like a couple more seasons and you could have had Megatron.
Yeah, that's what I was spacing when he you know what? I'll just take Stafford.
I'm not sure that we can re-roll. I'm not seeing any way to do it.
Maybe you can't.
Yeah,
that's fine.
There's like 4 different game modes for this one specifically.
That's fine.
You get 1 team roll and 1 year roll after the roll.
Okay, so you're just stuck with what you get. So,
okay.
Yeah, so I'll take Stafford. Okay, let's fire through these. Oh, man. What was Jerry Rice averaging? Can you scroll down a little bit?
Yeah, I'd go wide receivers.
I know that guy.
Go back up.
Yeah, go back up a little bit. Terrell Owens. I'll take him.
Tio's a monster.
I'll put him in wide receiver.
And this is allegedly fantasy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You said wide receiver.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually know both these players.
I'm so proud of you, John.
Thank you. It's very exciting for me.
Jeff Garcia wouldn't have been a bad super flex either.
No,
was,
but I feel like I could get somebody better.
that was the guitarist for the Grateful Dead, right?
Shit. This was Lamar's MVP year.
You got super flex.
I know. I'm kind of. I feel like I have to put Lamar in the super flex.
There's Mark Andrews too, though.
I'm kind of banking on getting a more recent tight end.
Okay.
Than
I mean, that was a great year for him.
yeah. I'll take Lamar in the super flex. It would hurt me to not be able to take him there.
All right, you got Green Bay 2009. Oh man, dude, you
Is there-
could have had A-Rod.
Was Jordy Nelson playing for them at the time? Wide receiver. Greg Jennings. Yikes. This is a big yikes.
That's a bummer, dude.
Jordy
Oh,
is
he is
averaging
down there.
6.6 fantasy points.
He's just a little baby.
Balls. Go to their tight end for me. Crap. This is bad. Can you go to all? I'm just gonna
Who do they have at running back?
Ryan Grant.
I mean, you
It's not the worst thing. Yeah, I'll
put
just
him in
take,
your flex spot, or
yeah, I'll put Ryan Grant in my flex.
I mean, you do have 2 running back spots though too. So maybe keep your flex in case you get a good wide receiver.
Yeah,
Why
you
am
know
I
what?
helping you?
You know what? Yeah,
Why
yeah,
am I helping?
yeah.
No,
Thank
put
you,
him in
Jared.
the flex spot. What am I doing?
Because you love me. Arizona
Kyler
2020.
Murray. Kyler Murray in the flex.
We'll go D Hop in the flex. I like how you knew who D Hop was when I said it. Oh God. Leonard Fournette. All right. Trey McBride 2025. Great. Yeah, we'll do Frankie Boy in the tight end. That is too bad. I was really banking on getting like a Brock Bowers or a Trey McBride. All right, simulate season. 11 and 6. Okay, I mean it's not terrible.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not terrible.
It's not bad. at all.
Weakest quarterback. Okay.
All right. My turn. I don't know why I helped you like throughout that thing. I don't know why I did that.
I'll help you too.
All right.
Oh,
Cincinnati.
we're
Hey, going back to
starting off the same
Cincinnati.
exact way.
Go to all for me, please, if you would.
Just memorize
No,
the names as I go through them.
Just go to all.
Yeah, well, I feel like I have to handicap you. 'Cause you always win.
Let's put AJ Green in the flex.
Copying me. Dude,
Is
Th-
this
th- this is the same
literally
exact
just the
one.
Same thing. I mean, I guess Staff in the quarterback. Dude, it actually is.
it's doing the same exact thing.
Okay, can we refresh this? Can I start over? Because it's just giving us the same.
Yeah.
ones.
It might be because we did the daily mode.
Okay, go to play unlimited mode.
Oh.
So that's where you get to re-roll your. That must be where you get to re-roll your. I won't re-roll though. I won't re-roll because you didn't get. To.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
that's
you
fine.
can.
Yeah, here they
Yep.
are.
Okay.
Okay. So
we know.
It's the Browns. Are you sure I can't re-roll?
I think I'm not going to say anything.
You don't like Joey Joe Flacco?
Flip no. Go to tight ends for me, please, if you would.
Flip no.
God. Wide receivers. Actually, running back. Let's go Quinshon Judkins.
I was hoping
in
you
the
forgot about Quinshon.
Nah, running back. Put him in the running back. Oh,
God.
baby, let's go.
This is cooked.
I'm gonna need you to go to. Let's go to all. I just want to see who the highest scorer was. Okay, yeah, let's go JSN in the wide receiver spot, please.
I'm so cooked.
You want the left or the right one?
It does not matter.
It does matter. It's vibes.
Let's put him in on the left.
Because he's not right for you.
Big mistake.
Minnesota 2015. Yeah, let's go AP in the running back, please.
I'm so fucked.
Philly in 2003. Can you go to tight end for me, please?
Chad Lewis, man, that guy was a dog.
Quarterback. Actually, wide receiver. I'm sorry. I just want to see. Nah, go back to quarterback.
I think you can get a better QB than this, man.
I've got 2 quarterback spots basically. I just don't.
I don't know. I thought Deshaun Jackson, but not in 2003.
Yeah, go back to all one more time. I'm so sorry. Who? Hey, you're scrolling too fast. Who's underneath? Brian Westbrook. What is he?
Running back.
Yeah, throw him in my flex.
Bry. Oh, thank God.
Oh man.
Yikes. Should have taken Donnie.
Yeah, thanks, dude. What's
Well, you could still take Donnie.
What's tight ends? God, and I can't re-roll. Throw him in my tight end spot, top one. I can't even read the name.
McMichael.
Randy McMichael. All right. That sucks. All right, Denver 2014. Oh man. Do I go with Demaryius Thomas or Peyton Manning? That's tough.
Yeah, because then you're leaving it up to the.
Yeah, give me. Oh God, give me Demaryius.
Ooh, he's risking it.
Yeah, wide receiver, please. Oh. All right, yeah,
terrible.
Jalen Hurts in quarterback. Just because you never know. You never know what's going to happen for the super flex. Oh, God. Again? Dude, I guess I had to take him anyway. All right, Donovan McNabb.
You didn't want Chad Lewis in your super flex?
My God. I hate this.
What? I thought I was cooked for sure, dude.
Dude, all right, so I went 7 and 10. I got destroyed. Well, I was trying to not re-roll. I would have re-rolled like.
Oh yeah, we both would have re-rolled.
Yeah. All right, Miles.
That's kind of shocking.
You
though.
cooked me on that one. You cooked me on that. What was it? 7 and 10.
7 and 10 to my 11 and 6.
Man, Miles, that was just.
That was kind of shocking. I mean,
fantasy season.
For you to have JSN and Demaryius Thomas
That was brutal.
and AP.
That was brutal.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I kind of got a couple of those that got cooked. Starting out with the Browns
Mm-hmm.
really was tough. That was a tough one.
Yeah.
All right, so on to our final top 10 list. It's time for tight ends. Miles, do you want to kick us off, or do you want me? I think you kicked us off on the last one. Why don't I run this one? Okay. At number 10 on my list, and this is going to get so controversial, I think. And I think that we're going to be much further apart on the bottom 5. Okay. At number 10, I have Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry is a very serviceable tight end. I think that he has done a good job over there for a couple different quarterbacks in New England. And he had a pretty decent run in with the Chargers as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think... Again, for me, this one is all about consistency. He's consistently open and available, and he's a little bit of a safety net right now for Drake May. And so that's why Hunter Henry is in my number 10 spot. At
I had
number
that
9.
dude on fantasy. That was no way.
The other thing,
way.
here's the other thing you got to think about with tight ends, right? Their job is to impact the game in more than just pass catching, right? They're doing a lot of blocking. They're drawing linebackers in different directions. So the job of a tight end is not just catching touchdowns.
Yeah, it's more diverse. Yeah.
At number 9, I hate that I even had to put him on the list, but I had to because it would have been disrespectful.
Oh,
otherwise.
I know what you're gonna say.
It's got to be TK, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's Taylor Swift's husband.
Yes.
That's who made the list.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still talented. There's there's obviously a major fall off, but when you look at other tight ends around the league, like I'm not going to look at them and be like, oh yeah, I'd much rather have them on my team than Travis Kelce. I can't say that.
He's 36 years old and he still had a productive year.
Yeah,
like, he did not have a bad year.
No, he didn't. It wasn't like blowing anybody away, but it was still a good year, and so he made the list. At number 8, you all know that I love this guy. It's B Strange.
I knew you were going to put him on there.
B Strange. He had to make the list, man. Yeah. I think he's going to have a great season coming up with Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence took a huge step forward last season, and I think he's going to take another step forward this season in a pretty decent offense over there. And I think that Brenton Strange is going to be a major part of that.
Great contract, too.
Totally.
I mean, that is so affordable.
It's super affordable, but also not he's not underpaid.
Yeah.
I don't think. So I think he's going to have a really good rest of his career, especially if he stays there with Jacksonville. I think that relationship with Trevor Lawrence is going to be really good. At number 7, it's our number 1 quarterback's red zone target, and that's Dalton Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid is just trusty, reliable, huge frame, can lay down a mean block, and I mean, it feels like he's catching at least 1 touchdown every single week. So at number 6, this guy had a little bit of a fall off. I'm not saying huge, but from the season before, but it's Sam Laporta. I still think that Sam Laporta is one of the best tight ends in the league. Again, he had a little bit of a fall off, but it's hard to when Detroit has so many weapons that they can choose from, right? Not everybody can have the ball.
Yeah.
And I still think, Sam Laporta is going to have a really good season upcoming, and I don't think that I'm not super worried about his little bit of loss of production last year. At number 5 is Brock Bowers.
Wow.
Brock Bowers sits at my number 5 spot because he still has all of the talent. That talent didn't just go out the window. His issue is that he plays for the Raiders. Now, for him, he's got Fernando Mendoza now.
Yeah.
This is a game changer, right? He's got a brand new head coach. The Raiders are trending in the right direction. They've got Tom Brady at the helm making the calls. I really think that the Raiders are going to surprise some people. I know that there are Raider fans out there that don't believe it, but I really think that the Raiders are going to surprise some people. They put a lot of money into their team. They have they drafted the best quarterback that they possibly could, right? Yep. I believe in the Raiders, and I believe in Brock Bowers, so I think he comes back and it's going to be good.
Okay.
At number 5.
I thought he was your number 5.
Or excuse me, number 4. It's Jake Ferguson.
Oh my God, dude. Our list could not be more different.
I knew they were going to be.
Yeah.
The reason why it's Jake Ferguson is because he has Dak Prescott at quarterback. Whenever the Cowboys were in a tough spot last season, it wasn't George Pickens, it wasn't CeeDee Lamb, right? It was Jake Ferguson. He was getting him out of really tight spots, really, 3rd and long, whatever it was. You could always rely on Jake Ferguson to make the catch that you needed in the moments that you needed it to happen. Obviously, George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb are great wide receivers, right? Yeah. They're running that offense, but do not count this guy out because he is so clutch in so many spots. Down in the red zone, again, on a 3rd and long, on a 3rd and short, whatever you need, he's going to be there. At number 3, this is a young guy. Broke out last season. It's Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
I think that this guy has such a promising career. I loved what I saw last season. We talked him up all last year. I know that a lot of people are going to be like, how is Colston Loveland not on your list? I'll tell you how. Because he didn't have that productive of a year.
Yeah.
I think that he's got a lot of potential. He could be on this list by the end of the year, but right now he's not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
At number 2, who do you think it is? Who do you think it is, Miles?
George Kittle.
You know it's got to be the Kittle baby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
George Kittle, he suffered a tough injury last season.
Yeah.
Season ending. He's still arguably the best tight end in the league. I think it's close.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a little more 1B than he is 1A right now.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that has to do with injury. But this is a guy that's going to drag 3 defenders behind him as he's taking him across that 4th down marker.
Yeah.
He's one of the meanest blockers in the league. I'm
Yeah.
not just talking about tight ends. I'm just talking about in general. This guy can lay down a block, and he loves to do it. And frankly, he's been so consistent throughout his entire career. I mean, you got to think back to playing with Jimmy Garoppolo, who is not a good quarterback, by the way. I think that George Kittle deserves this number 2 spot.
Yeah.
And at number 1, Miles, you're going to love this.
Yeah, I will.
You know who it is.
Yep.
The best pass-catching tight end probably in the league,
Mm-hmm.
and it's Trey McBride.
Yep.
Huge frame,
Yep.
incredible hands,
Yep.
and this guy's just going to score week in and week out. He's the number 1 fantasy tight end going into this season,
By
and
far.
there is not even anybody close. His production is pretty incredible, and he can lay down a mean block himself. So.
Yeah. Yeah. He, woo. I love that boy. All right.
Don't get
This-
excited,
this is,
Miles. That's the only cardinal on any of these lists.
Okay. This is going to be wildly different. At
I
number
expected it
10,
to be.
at number 10, I have Mark Andrews because he has taken some steps back, but I couldn't justify putting guys like Hunter Henry, Dalton Kincaid, or Brenton Strange above him.
You put Mark Andrews in the top 10?
I did.
You want to talk about washed? Do we have a dryer in here? Because Mark Andrews is washed.
New system coming up. We'll see.
For
But
Mark Andrews?
yeah, I couldn't justify. I mean, like Brenton Strange, I could argue, but Kincaid or Hunter Henry, I couldn't do it. I
Okay.
couldn't do it.
Okay.
Number 9, Travis Kelce. We already talked about that. Same spot for you, right? Or is he number 10?
No, he was number 9.
Okay. Number 8. It took a while for his ascension, but he's here. I have Kyle Pitts.
That was a tough one. Okay, honorable mention for my list was
Mhm.
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
It was tough to leave him off because of how long it has taken him to get to a point where he might even be a serviceable tight end.
Yeah, but he had a great year last year, and he's going into a system with Kevin Stefanski that is a lot of 12 and 13 personnel and play action,
Mhm.
and I think he is going to reap every possible reward he can from that scheme.
I hope that that's the case.
Yeah. And he just got a little extension too. So, but yeah, I think that's the hardest part is like how long it took for him to ascend to that level of play. But I think now that he's here, I think he'll be sticking around for sure. At number 7, I had Colston Loveland.
Okay.
I think he was just about as productive as you needed him to be in an offense that already has mouths to feed, you know. So
I think
He's
my-
no world
my
beater.
expectation of him was much higher.
Well,
than
'cause he was-
where he performed at.
well, I mean, he was what, a top 10 draft pick,
Yeah.
drafted. Like, I mean, I still think that selection was bad, but I still think he is a very nice player. Now, I think,
Maybe on another team.
I think he could thrive.
Yeah. Right.
If he was in like a Trey McBride situation where you can just force feed him the ball,
But if
then
you've got a young quarterback like that and you're not thriving now,
Mhm.
I just don't know if you're going to.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see. But I mean, Ben Johnson came from Detroit where Sam
Yes.
Laporta had some, great years.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Very true.
Ben Johnson wants to get him more involved for sure. And I think Caleb's going to grow and be more willing to take that safety blanket approach instead of making these crazy plays that we're growing accustomed to. So Colston Loveland, yeah, that's a harder one to justify, but I think he is very serviceable.
I think that's fair, Miles. You don't have to justify that.
And at number 6, I have Tyler Warren. Now, he had a really good year. Now, and that was a more justified position of where he was taken in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Shane Steichen used him well. Daniel Jones loved getting him the ball. And I think he's going to ascend even more.
I think he's taken a step forward.
Yeah,
which is why
100%.
he was so high.
Yeah. Now, this one might be a little controversial, and I'm kind of surprised you didn't have him on your list, considering some of the other guys. I had Tucker Kraft at number 5.
I thought about this a lot.
Now, the injury is bad. He tore his ACL, I believe.
I also think that they have had a lot of mouths to feed over there, and I also don't think that Jordan Love is all that. And so I think that a lot of those things come into play. That doesn't necessarily mean that Tucker Kraft's not a top 10, but I think that he maybe is a little bit overrated.
He was having a really good year before he got hurt.
I know.
He was, fantasy-wise, he was one of the top performers. And
I just don't look at him the way that I look at Tyler Warren and say that I think he's going to take a massive step forward. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean,
same.
But I think the thing that Tucker Kraft benefits from most is that there's no solid wide receiver 1. So he could be the number 1 option on any given Sunday.
He could be.
So, I mean, you have, Matthew Golden, or not, something Golden that the Packers drafted recently, who hasn't really taken that wide receiver 1 mantle.
Christian Watkins.
Yep. Who just signed a lucrative deal, and they let Romeo Doubs go. So I think he can be the number 1 option any given Sunday. Okay. And I think the nice year he had before he got hurt helped just to justify it.
I'm more likely to put Colston Loveland or Kyle Pitts on this list before I put Tucker Kraft.
Okay. Yeah. And agree to disagree. This one was a little tough. I was flip-flopping these two a lot. But at number 4, I have Sam Laporta. Because of the down year. And, I believe he was coming off an injury. But
that's higher than where I had him.
Yeah. So, but I mean, he's still elite. Mm-hmm. I still think he's gonna be a fantasy darling. And Drew Petzing is the former offensive coordinator of the Cardinals, who thrived under him, Trey McBride, and now he's in Detroit. So I think he is going to get back to where he was in the year prior, to where he was one of, if not the best tight end in the league. And at number 3, I have George Kittle. Now, I think the age and the injury are the reason why I'm not putting him above Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers did get hurt, but he had that great rookie season. He's going to have Mendoza and Clint Kubiak calling the plays for him. I just think the context of his infrastructure and the age is the main reason why I'm keeping Kittle below him. So
I think that Brock Bowers has number 2 spot potential, but until we actually see it, I can't put him at the number 2 spot. Mm-hmm. So I think that the potential is definitely there for sure.
I think if Brock Bowers played this whole year, he would have 100% been solidified number 2, maybe even number 1, building off that rookie year.
I think the quarterback situation would have hindered that, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. And at number 1, we all know it's Trey McBride.
It's Brandon Strange, right?
Yeah. But everything you said, I mean, he's a monster in the pass game. He is efficient in the run blocking too. He stays healthy.
Yes.
And
it's just kind of baffling for tight ends because that's just not something that happens.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw, like, he was always productive with Kyler Murray, but
it's impressive in and of itself.
yeah, but his red zone efficiency skyrocketed when Jacoby Brissett came in.
Yeah.
Because McBride, he set the record for most catches without a touchdown, with Kyler Murray as the quarterback. But this past year, he had 11 touchdowns. And so he was a threat in the red zone, great after the catch. I think he led the league by far in yards after the catch. He was being force-fed the ball, and he capitalized off it.
You know what's crazy is that the Cardinals actually have really good position players.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
If they could just figure out the quarterback spot, I feel like they would be a lot more likely to be a contender. Well, not a contender, but
to me, you mean to get above 500? Listen, we still got an offensive line that is dog shit, and we still have a defense that has never been able to put it together.
Yeah, I mean they dealt with a lot of injuries last year too on the defensive side. Like they were playing good defensive football last year up for the first 4 weeks.
Games.
I mean, they held San Francisco to 16.
I just got to give you a hard time.
Yeah, no, I know. But I think that they can if they can just keep the defense afloat, and if any of these three guys at the quarterback spot can just be a game manager, I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't succeed with McBride, Love, Wilson, and Harrison. But yeah, I agree with you. I think their positional core is set. It's just figuring out the quarterback. But Trey McBride succeeded in spite of that. So yeah, Trey McBride #1. I think that was the universal one. Well, actually, no. ESPN, I don't know if you saw this, put Brock Bowers #1.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? I would love to see Brock Bowers end up in that spot. I'm really pulling for the Raiders this season. I hope that they put it together. That'd be really cool to see.
Well, because they have good. I mean, you're going to build on Ashton Genty, and then you got Brock Bowers, Fernando's rookie year, and then you got Jacoby Myers.
Yep, and they've done a lot of work in this offseason, so hopefully they can put it all together. All right, let's move on from this. We're getting close to our time here. We got one more game. John, let's run it. All right. So, this is a tough one. And it is Stat Madness, the NFL bracket game. And what we have to do here is basically make our picks all the way to whoever the champion is for 2012 through 2016 passing yards, 2012 to 2016 combined full seasons.
Okay.
So whoever had the most passing yards for those full seasons, that's who is moving on. So starting off, we've got Ryan Tannehill and Carson Wentz.
I mean, it's hard for me to not say Ryan Tannehill.
It is also hard for me to not say Ryan Tannehill, but Carson Wentz also had a couple really good seasons there.
But his best season was 2017, and that's outside of our timeline.
All right,
and I'm forgetting. I would go Ryan Tannehill. If you disagree, we could always skip that one.
Nah, let's run Ryan Tannehill. Okay. I'm here for it.
All right. Next up, we got Blake Bortles and Marcus Mariota. This one's tough.
It is tough because I'm trying to think of when the Mariota fall off was.
I'm trying to think of when he was drafted. Because I think Blake Bortles has been in the league longer.
He has, but Blake Bortles also had some really good years, and then he had some really bad ones. I
mean, these guys both played for Jacksonville and Tennessee, respectively. So
Mariota didn't play for Jacksonville.
No, I'm saying like for these teams that they
played against each other on Thursday Night Football. I think Mariota.
I would run with Mariota too.
Because he was good before that. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. Yep.
And then it's got to be
Kirk Cousins.
Right? Yeah.
Kirk Cousins for sure. Okay, so we got Ryan Tannehill versus Marcus Mariota. Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, I would probably say Tan.
Okay, this one's tough. Ryan Fitzpatrick or Kirk Cousins?
Dude, I think it's Fitzmagic. Dude,
just based off of longevity.
Insane, like,
and he played for so long.
Yeah, let's go with Fitzy. And then I'm gonna say Fitz.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick against Ryan Tannehill for sure.
All right, let's run it.
Oh,
we were
man.
wrong.
Ryan Tannehill, huh?
That's crazy.
Wow.
We actually did really good, and it was Blake Bortles. I wasn't sure because Blake had, like I said, he had some really, really good seasons and some really bad ones, and I just wasn't sure of the timeline there. But I am actually pretty impressed that we got Ryan Tannehill and Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Both, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't too shabby. Not too shabby.
It wasn't. And I don't think that Fitz was a bad choice either. Like he's got such an arm with some huge yardage seasons. So
Yeah.
Right on.
Right on.
Cool. Yeah, I don't feel bad about that at all.
No, me neither.
John, do you have any closing thoughts for us before we close this out here? Alrighty. The John Father says nada. And so thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and remember, if your fantasy football commissioner robs your winners of payouts, don't talk to that guy anymore. just don't talk to that guy anymore. You don't need that in your life. And we'll see you next week.